Good morning to you all, my learners. My name is Sten Lovu. Based on the field of my expertise, that's how you should call me. So I'm hereby to conduct a lesson that is based on network and top learning, whereby like you guys have to locate some of the features that are found in the map of South Africa. Well, before like we begin with our lesson, as like I've introduced myself, I'm that kind of an educator who's so friendly to students, and I believe that like it takes an educator to make a classroom worth living for students. So like I believe that based on my availability as well as the helping hand that I'll be giving you guys, you will feel more welcome to ask questions where you have left behind, where like your mind it has been skipped in that kind of a way due to what I will be offering to you. So it will be so nice for me if I can know each and every one of you by name so that like I mustn't call you in a way that like it might result in you get upset in that kind of way, or in a way that you get intimidated. So it will be wise for me if I may know each and every one of you so that I may call you in a very, very good way. Remember, at the end of the day, I have to work professionalism as a professional teacher because that's what defines teaching as a profession. So our lesson will begin very, very shortly. So there's a lot that will be discussed based on the slides that I have uploaded. So more to follow on the next slides. Thank you. Well, guys, as I proceed with my lesson, the second, third, and fourth slide is whereby, guys, I have uploaded some of the coat of arms for each and every provinces that vary with regard to what it symbolizes in the country, right? And again, let me jog your mind a bit, guys. The main objective of tourism is a subject. It gives us an insight of what experiences we have through traveling, right? And how to distinguish the type of tourist that we can come across, right? And of course, it does prepare us of what it is expected of us by the time we go to the field of work and what the outside world operates when it comes to all the travel related services, right? And of course, guys, based on the slide that you can see here, Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, as well as Northwest, as some of the provinces that we found in South Africa. Here are the coat of arms that I've uploaded, right? So I'll be more than satisfied if you guys can tell me what tribe, what each and every province it is known for, and to what and how is it important in South Africa, right? For Free State, we can say that we have the Sotho tribe, and of course, like Free State, we have the Free State University, whereby like most of students they go in there to further their studies, right? For KwaZulu Natal, we have like Ushaka Marine World as an attraction. We have the Zulu tribe in there, right? And the most interesting part of KwaZulu Natal, we know that like we have a bit of a background of the story of Shaka as a late king of the Zulu tribe, right? For Northwest, you can say that like we have the Tswana tribe in there, right? And of course, for for Northwest, we have Sun City as an attraction, and Sun City it is known worldwide. Reason being is because like there is a recorded film in there that has been recorded back in the days that it has trended, and of course that it does catch our attention. Thank you. As we continue, guys, with the coat of arms that have been found in each and every provinces in the map of South Africa. So another three provinces are being stated on this slide by the name of Northern Cape, Western Cape, and Eastern Cape. Well, guys, like same thing. What I've just explained on the second slide, it still applies on the third slide and on the fourth slide either. Right. So if you can tell me what can you find in Eastern Cape, what is it known for? What tribe can we find in there? Right. To how is it important when it comes to the contribution to the economy of South Africa? I can be more than satisfied. I can be more than satisfied. Right. And of course, like I will have an idea that you guys are on the right track, and of course like you know some of the information with regard to province of South Africa, how is it structured, how it came about, right? So in Eastern Cape, just to give you a hint, we know that we have Amaxhosa, right? Amaxhosa as a tribe, right? And of course in Western Cape, we know that like it is one of the provinces that is so big. And of course, like the capital city of Western Cape is Cape Town. And Cape Town, it is so huge in a way that like it contains almost like various man-made attraction as well as natural attraction. And the most and well-known natural attraction, if you can tell me that it's a Table Mountain, I can be more than satisfied. Right. In Northern Cape, you can tell me that okay, Northern Cape, we found Kimberley Hole as an attraction. If you can tell me all of the information and if you can add to what I've just explained, guys, I'll be more than satisfied. I'll be forced to give you marks because like you just explained as per my expectation. Thank you. Well guys, as we continue with our lesson, before like I do the slide that you can see on the screen, let me wrap up some of the coat of arms that have been found in each province. Remember, we're left with Limpopo, Mpumalanga, as well as Gauteng. Well, guys, like, just go ahead, tell me what you know about Gauteng, tell me what you know about Mpumalanga, just tell me what you know about Limpopo. Right, what tribe can you find in there? Like, how is it important? How does it contribute to the economy of South Africa? Let's start with Mpumalanga. As we know that Mpumalanga is a place of the rising sun. Of course, like it do contribute to the economy of South Africa. We have like various tribe in there. We have the Amatsonga, we have a bit of Amaswati, and of course like we know that like it does play on the growth of the economy, since like there are attractions, there are stadiums that do contribute to the growth of economy in there, right? So some of the natural attractions that have been found in there, we have like Three Rondavels, Sudwala Caves, and many more, right? So if ever you can try to distinguish and tell me other attraction that I didn't manage to state or mention, of course guys, like I will be more than clear, and of course I will have an idea that you guys really do understand, right? Moving all along, when it goes to Limpopo, we have the Tsonga tribe, right? That's where Tsonga has been originated, the real one, right? So if ever you can distinguish that, like, okay, in Mpumalanga we have Tsongas, and in Limpopo we have Tsongas as well, but then the real Tsongas are being descended in Limpopo, I can be more than satisfied. And of course, like we have the well-known national attraction, national park, I meant to say, excuse me, by the name of Kruger National Park that has been found in Limpopo. If you can be able to name that, of course, I'll be more than satisfied. Right. Gauteng. Gauteng is a mixture, right, guys? Like we have a lot of people in here. Like it's kind of like a mix up. So like basically, like it seems like almost every tribe, like they do like move from their comfort zone to Gauteng, right? So Gauteng, like it is a huge province as well, that it contains like a mix of various tribes, right, that comes from various reasons. And of course like we have the monuments as well as other um natural attractions that have been found in Gauteng, right? So guys, like as for the attraction as well as the icons, let's say for instance I give an example of the Union Building that is situated right in Pretoria. Right, for Union Building, guys, it contains a lot of meanings. It has a lot of information that it does portrays, right? So if ever, guys, like you can tell me some of the important aspect that it does illustrates to people who are just born after the apartheid era, I can be more than satisfied, and I'll have an insight of, or I'll have an idea that you guys like you do know a history of South Africa based on the statues that have been built in some of the provinces, including Gauteng as well. So moving on along, the slide is on the screen. It's written rivers that are found in the middle of South Africa and some features it includes. Right, guys, rivers are some of the features that we can see on the screen, right? If you can check very well, it states that like the rivers are being stated and have been shown by the lines here, right? So just to give a hint when it comes to rivers, rivers start on a high ground in the mountains, right? They flow downhill to the sea, as you can see on the slide here, right? So if ever you can try to, or you can be able to distinguish how rivers flows and to which provinces does it pass to, I can be more than satisfied. If ever I can be able to name the rivers, right, the long ones as well as the shorter ones with regard to how it flows, I will be more than satisfied. Let me go ahead with the explanation of rivers. Right, the blue lines on the map shows the main rivers, as you can see, right, of South Africa. Some rivers such as Orange River are long, as you can see guys, like it passes through many provinces, right? Whereby smaller rivers flow into the bigger ones, and the Vaal River, for example, flows into the Orange River. This is so clear, it is being stated, and it is clear that we can be able to see on the slide, right? The Limpopo River is another long river. So if ever like I were to say name the long rivers that are found in South Africa, so you will say it's Limpopo River as well as Orange River, right? Okay, the Limpopo River is another long river. It flows along the border with Botswana and Zimbabwe and down through Mozambique to the sea, right? So that's an explanation of the Limpopo River. Other rivers such as the Tugela and Mngeni in KwaZulu-Natal are shorter. They flow down the steep of the Okahlamba Drakensberg mountain and into the Indian Ocean. Right. So guys, like if you were to name shorter rivers and long rivers, you were to say, okay, some of the shorter rivers that are found in the map is Tugela and Mngeni, that is situated in KwaZulu-Natal. So the longer rivers, it is of course found in Limpopo by the name of Limpopo River, as well as the Orange River and Vaal River. Thank you. Well, guys, on this slide on the screen, it's over like we'll be looking at the three capital cities that are stand in the country. Remember, guys, South Africa is a country. It is believed that it is one of the few countries in the world that divides its governmental power amongst its cities. And one of these cities, it is Pretoria, Bloemfontein, as well as Cape Town. So I strongly believe, I found it wise for me to share with you that each of these cities, guys, it does separate the segment of the national government, like, which means that these cities, it has a certain meaning. It is important according to what it stands for in the country. Right. Let us look at Pretoria as one of these cities. It is believed that it is the administrative capital of the country. Right. Pretoria, it has offices of the government. I beg your pardon, of the president. Right. So Pretoria again, it has a lot of department of the government, and it is the second city in the world that it has many embassies. Right. We move along to Cape Town. Cape Town, it is the legislative capital. It is the home of the country's legislative parliament, including the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces. Right, guys. So let us try to look at Bloemfontein now. Bloemfontein, it is considered to be a judicial capital of South Africa. Reason being is because it is the home of the Supreme Court of Appeal, the second highest court in Africa, South Africa, I meant to say. Right, guys. Remember, let us not confuse the two. The highest court of South Africa, it is this constitutional court that is situated in Johannesburg. So let us not confuse the two. Thank you. Well, on this slide is whereby like we'll be looking at the map of South Africa in more details, right? So we will be checking on some of the features that we can see on the screen, right? So guys, like I've decided that I will be giving you some information about the Namibia Desert as it is on the screen based on the map that I have uploaded here, right? Let me just be sure and straight to the point with regard to the explanation of the desert. The Namibia Desert, it is the desert that you can find in Africa, right, as a continent. So guys, it is the home to some truly bizarre forms of life, which means like every ecosystem you can find in there. You can find animals, you can find different plants in there, right? It is the longest national park in Africa. Isn't it because it stretches from Angola in the northern direction to South Africa in the southern direction, right? And of course, like there are variety of landscape that one can find in the park. Such landscape it does include the dunes, the gravel plains, and the rugged mountainous regions. Right. So without any further waste of time, let me tell you of the time where one can visit the park, or what's the best time that one can visit the park. It is around April and May. The reason being is because the park it's relatively green and marveled, so one can go there to relax and experience the beauty of the nature. Right. So if it happens that like the question comes in a form of a multiple choice question, whereby like you will be asked to answer or to pick the correct answer from the given answers. Let's say, for instance, they say, what is the longest national park in Africa that stretches from Angola in the northern direction and to South Africa from the southern direction? Then you have to say it is the Namibia Desert. Thank you. Our guys on this slide is about looking at the international airports in some provinces in South Africa. Guys, as we all know that like South Africa it has a lot of airports, right? That varies with regard to of uh, the type of flight that do lands, right? So it it is your duty as a student to know where each and every airport is located, right? So let us take our town as an example. If you can tell me that it is located in Johannesburg, I will be more than satisfied. Right. So you have to know the type of airline that do lands in there. Right. For example, South African Airways. Right. It can depart from Cape Town International Airport to a certain destination of the client's choice. Right. So you have to distinguish the type of flights that do lands or that do departs in or tunnel to a certain destination, right? Same applies to Cape Town International Airport and other airports that I have uploaded. Thank you. Well, guys, in wrapping up our lesson, based on the information that I've explained with regard to the network of South Africa through the slides that I've uploaded, that varies with regard to the subtopic. So, guys, like if it happened by a mistake that I have explained a certain aspect but you didn't get it very well, you are more than welcome to ask for clarity. I will give it a helping hand, guys. So feel free to come forward and ask for clarity. And guys, after that, there's a homework that awaits for you. You guys have to go home and look for other national parks that we have that were not included in the map of South Africa or in the map that I have uploaded on my slide. So you have to go and look for those national parks as well as some airports that I didn't mention, and of course, and some of the features that we didn't discuss in class. So I can see that you guys you are on the right track with regard to map and South Africa. So the homework that I am giving you now it is due tomorrow. So first thing first tomorrow you have to hand in my homework. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.